Now, taking on this story, Blackfish was so incredible. I mean, literally changed the way we do things.
Thank you.
How did you approach this material? Because it is technically almost a documentary on this character.
Right.
How did you find the story and approach the story?
Well, there was kudos to the writers. They had hammered away, chiseled away at the script for a while to try to get Megan's story right. So really meeting Megan, understanding who she is a little bit in real life, and then trying to stay loyal to that. Because there's a lot going on in the movie, right? There's a whole war, and then the politics that go with that, and this time in our modern history that goes along with that. So there's a lot of weight there. So for me, it was about focusing on really just their trajectory and this taking this girl from A to B with this relationship that she forms, that I had to get right, and so I charged myself with that, and that hopefully is the film that came out.
And you were just absolutely perfect for this. It's a perfect. You look like her a little bit. How did you get inside her skin and recreate this life? Because this is tough.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of help. There was a lot of training in different ways to feel confident in playing a Marine. I met with Megan before we started shooting and was really quite nervous about it, just because it's a lot of responsibility to tell somebody's story, and an important one like this that means so much to me and of course to her. But as soon as I met her, I felt at ease, and I kind of felt like we've known each other forever. So I think we just sort of got lucky, and there's probably a reason why I connected with her story so deeply. Her love of animals, and we kind of speak the same language in a weird way, even though I don't come from, I didn't really know much about the Marine Corps, so that was something that I definitely had to learn about. But there's just sort of this unspoken thing that we kind of just bonded right away. So I think I got lucky in a lot of ways with that.
It's a layered performance, because you allowed to see the worst side of her, that when she begins, where she is at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think that's credit to you too, telling that story and making her so inspirational.
Well, that's nice. I mean, I think that's delivered on a platter. When you meet Megan and you see how who she is in real life and what she accomplished, that you just make sure you need to kind of let that shine, let that be your true north. That was an amazing kind of gift to be given as a director. But yeah, no, she's complex. I like that you say that you see that she has these different colors throughout it, and that she's complex, and she's, doesn't have a lot of prospects, and just is doesn't really connect with people very well. Is kind of how she's depicted in the beginning, and then finds someone she's symbiotic with and who she has a lot in common with, and that's a canine. So it is kind of cool and unique, and so no, I feel I had all the material to be able to do that. So
I loved how you worked with the animals. I thought that was amazing, and that seemed very natural to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was I thought the biggest challenge for me in working with this dog, I mean, I've experience with working with animals just in my personal life. I've always been surrounded by them, and I have a passion for that in my real life. But I've never had a co-star who's a dog before, and there's a little bit of a pressure where you go in thinking, okay, well, if I don't bond with him, the movie dies.
Yeah.
So how do I do that? And how do I do that authentically? And you can't force it. So it really is something where you just have to sort of like feel it out and really trust that it's going to happen. And luckily it really did very quickly for us. So yeah, but honestly, it was such a joy. Anytime I knew I was doing a scene with him, I felt at ease.
First of all, I'm seeing you in so many things, so many vastly different things. Last thing was John Wick 2.
Yeah.
What brought you to this?
Well, I mean, I look for projects that I really feel as a human being, as an artist, and something that I feel like a character that gives me something new to do, and to show the growth, and so that I can grow. And I think, this story automatically, when I started reading it, I was like, man, this story is it has something raw to it. I like raw stuff like that has truth in it. I just feel the truth. And for me to see Megan Levy, the lead character, come from a place that's kind of in confusion, and then go and learn about herself through her relationship with the dog, with Rex, her dog, and in the military. I thought it was a great way to tell a story about love and finding your purpose.
Now you play the romantic interest, I guess you could say, but there's a lot going on too with your character. What was it like, and what was your relationship with the dogs?
I mean, I thought it was interesting to play, or what drew me to it was just the fact, complicated pasts and human connections, whether it's with humans or with animals. And so I thought there was a good opportunity for Matt to, what I liked about the character is that he's somebody that kind of understands what Megan might be going through, just her first time in war and what that's like, and he can guide her a little bit, prepare her for what's to come. But with a movie that's heavy too, I found that if there's a way that I can bring some humor to it at times, with the way he jokes at her and the way he pokes around at her, I thought that could be an interesting opportunity, and so that was fun. And then the training with the dog was really vital. I mean, that was a curveball. I didn't expect to be so complicated, just because it's unpredictable. The dog isn't mine, and I had to find this relationship with this dog where he looked like he was mine, and build that trust and that love, and having all this gear and the weapon, and he's there, and it took a while just going through that. And what's cool is there was an evolution of a relationship there, just as it kind of is in the movie with Kate and her dog, with Megan and her dog. So it was a lot of fun, just that obstacle and aspect of it too.
With you, I feel like you play a lot of tough guys, but this is not you. You're such the most chill dude. What is it about playing that tough guy and finding that kind of... you're nothing like that, right?
I mean, obviously I have to have some of that in me, and I mean, obviously some of it is imagination, creativity that we put into these characters. But I enjoy playing that because I don't get to express that every day. I can't go out there and just wild out. I want to live a good life. I want to spread love. I want to do good in the world. So some of the things that I can do in films I can't do, or these characters that I get to play, to me it shows that me as an actor, and it's not. I never wanted to go and just play who I am, meaning I don't want to go up there and be just Rashid or Common. I want to play who this story is about. So a lot of times I am drawn to some of these tougher characters, but even within that, I do my best to show the dimensions of the characters and make sure that they are looked at as a person with compassion, toughness, if that's who they are. Mm-hmm. And nobody is one. I don't look at a person and say, okay, he's just a Marine. No, this is a human being. Where does it start with? It starts with the way he was raised, where he comes from, what his goals are in life, and then things he's seen now and what his desires are now. So I just try to bring that to the character.